toying with it, reading it. You know what I mean?
That's what we're trying to sell, you know.
Alright. Hey everybody, this is Glamazon Tayomi with Glamorerotica101.com, and I am here with Tyrese Gibson, R&B singer and Hollywood actor, and the legendary Reverend Ron. How are you guys doing today?
Good, good.
Good. So I'm going to jump right into it. You two are definitely no strangers to the literary world, and you're definitely not strangers to social media and expressing your opinions. So please explain to me, how did you two decide to come together and collaborate your opposing opinions to create this self-help book for women?
Sorry?
Well, not every opinion in the book is opposing. I don't want anybody to think that this is like some gimmick where we like, how do you feel? Well, how do I feel? We're like going back and forth, like cheesy, corny, grown men talking to a younger guy. It's we decided that because we have this feeling of responsibility to give people the insight, the heads up, paying it forward. It's one thing to say here's an opportunity to write a book, and it's another thing to feel a responsibility. And we both share that responsibility towards women. I have a 5-year-old daughter, he's got daughters, and we're more concerned about what they don't know.
Okay.
And that became the motivation to do it. I mean, we met through social media because he sends out these emails called Words of Wisdom, and I actually had a problem with something that he sent out one morning, and I didn't know that he actually got the email, so I responded to it, and he hit me back, and I was like, oh man, he responded.
Right.
I thought it was like some computer that was like sending things out. But that's how we met, and then we got on the phone and talked for like 3-4 hours, laughing, arguing, going back and forth, and we've been friends ever since. So here we are with our first book, Manology.
Triple, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, when I called him and we started speaking, at the end of the conversation, I was laughing and saying, we should put together a book. And I really wasn't serious. We should call it I Beg to Differ. It's because of the little argument. And we kind of forgot about it, dropped it, started hanging out, laughing, becoming friends. And next thing you know, we were putting these tweets out on Twitter where we would just hashtag Manology. And that was just our little thing, like, yeah, when you do it, man, make sure you do it in all caps. He was telling me, I saw you put the pound sign, like, we like giggling, we putting it up. People was getting into it, it was really big. It was starting to get so big that we had like a little bidding war that all the companies wanted this Manology book, especially on the heels of Steve Harvey. It was like overwhelming that we had like an auction. So everybody, we ended up at Simon & Schuster, and so far so good. People are really responding well to it.
Okay, so how do you think that women who might not have been given solid advice about men, like women who've never had like a positive male figure in their lives, how do you feel they're going to react?
You saying that for you?
No, my dad's been there since I was born. I love him.
February
11th, his birthday, 51 years old.
I love him.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
I'm just asking.
yeah, because I do have, friends who haven't been as fortunate as me.
Absolutely.
And I know that sometimes they can get confused. So how do you feel that this book will be received by those types of women?
Well, I think I got a 2-part response.
Okay.
I love the fact that you were raised by your father and he had a great influence as far as your knowledge, insight, and awareness around men. But I also think that the age group of men that you're dating play by a different set of rules.
Yeah.
So I think, educating or trying to give a woman insight on men from an old school perspective, it needs to be a combination of old school and new school. And I think that's where Manology kicks in, where I'm from Watts, I'm from the streets,
Right.
I just left last week. Like, it's fresh. The hood hot sauce is on me heavy. And so my views and perspective is raw, uncomfortable, it's bold, it's in your face, it's, inappropriate at times because I'm just saying exactly what it is. And Rev's, his is from more of a seasoned veteran. I've been married for many years, I got kids, and I'm at a different place in my life. And so there's a lot of value in his morals, what he stands for, and mine too. But it's just very, huh? What? Huh? It's that. It's the shock value. And it's not purposely done. It's not like I'm trying to be Wendy Williams and shock people
It feels
on the radio.
real.
it's coming from a real place.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, just kind of hopefully answering your question, that's the value, and I feel like that's in these pages where it's like raw, bold, uncomfortable truth. And we felt the responsibility to put that out there because I have a problem as well as he with what a lot of women don't know.
Okay. Reverend, do you have some insight on that question?
What was the question again?
The question is, how do you feel that women who haven't grown up with positive male figures in their lives will receive the information?
This book could be very good for them because it talks to them about how a man thinks, how a mind of a man goes after a female. It talks about prior experiences in my life as Run DMC, earlier experiences him with, you know, his Coca-Cola commercial, Sweet Lady and all that. And it just gives you a heads up on, you know, the magician, the magician man that puts up all this smoke and mirrors and really, he's really just after getting some sex and then he's out. So this book will give you lots of tips on how to recognize and be able to walk away from. And there's a tweet that I put out the other day where I said, when the past calls, press the ignore button, it has nothing new to say.
Nice. So one last question for you guys and we'll wrap this up.
That's a jewel in the hat.
I
Hold
do
on.
love that.
My God.
So why do you feel it is important for women to have open and clear communication in their relationships with their partners?
It's very important. I mean, it doesn't get any more of a greater communicator than me. Like, I'll just say it. Look, I'm horny as hell, and you not being in town is not really helping a recovering man who just love.
Sex addict?
Yeah.
Well, whatever. I never called myself a sex addict. I just love sex, and so
Kind of.
if
You know,
you're,
the problem.
sex addict is
I got a
sex
problem.
addict is like, you know, whatever. I'm just saying, like, I love you, and you are stopping me from wilding out when you're here. But if you're gonna leave town for a couple of months, you can't just say, well, we're together, we're committed. No, you have the tolerance, because most women do, to stay focused, stay faithful, and every man looking wherever they're not gonna cheat. Most women don't. Dudes, it's like as easy as taking your shoes off. And it's just about the moment and the experience of just, letting that out. And that's just what it is. So, I mean, it's kind of like, that's just what it is, man. I'm just tired of this.
Okay. So why do you feel that open communication is important?
Gotta be able to talk about it.
Open communication is very important in relationships because if a woman doesn't state at the beginning of a relationship what she'll stand for and what she won't stand for, she will end up getting walked over. That's my answer.
Well, guys, I appreciate you both giving your insight about this
Better hurry up
book.
and get back to town. Right, I'm trying my best to hold it together. I am falling apart.
If you cannot tell the dynamic of this book from these two men
I'm
sitting
telling
next
you
to
right
me,
now, you better hurry up.
pick it up.
Tell me what that ticket gonna cost, and you need to get here and save me from me. Manology.
Well, guys, it was a pleasure. Make sure you all purchase Manology. It's available at retailers nationwide and online for worldwide distribution February 5th. Pick it up. I know I will be. This is GlamErotica101.com. Glamazon Sayomi signing off.